One of the oldest homes in St. Louis is still standing despite an early morning fire that damaged much of the interior of the historic Lyle Mansion. Today, 5 on your side's Holden Kerwicki spoke with firefighters who believe they already know the cause of the fire. Holden joins us live from Carondelet Park. Holden.
Well, Mike, as you can tell by the damage behind me, firefighters believe the fire started in the rear of the home, and it was started by members of the homeless community. And since the home is made of wood that's nearly 200 years old, the fire quickly spread out of control. That is, until St. Louis firefighters arrived on the scene. To historian Nathan Jackson, there's no better place to study history than his hometown of St. Louis.
And I think one of the things that sets St. Louis apart from other cities around the country, even very old cities, is how much history we still have left.
Since 2019, Jackson has taken particular interest in the Lyle Mansion, which was built in 1842.
Such a historic building, but then again, like, the house wasn't in the greatest of shape before, and it hadn't been properly maintained.
That's why when he heard the historic home caught fire, one thing immediately came to mind.
I did not think that house was going to make it through the fire.
According to Chief Dennis Jenkerson, firefighters first arrived at the historic home just after midnight and found heavy smoke and fire pouring from the building.
Tough part of the park to fight fires. We had limited access to water, thus the second alarm was hooked fairly quickly to bring water in and supply the area.
However, their biggest challenge wasn't getting water, it was the construction of the home itself.
It's the old plaster and lath type system. It's all wood, and it gets behind the walls, and it burns hot, and it burns quick.
Despite the risk, Chief Jenkerson says he's proud of the firefighters who were able to save the historic structure.
All in all, I'm surprised how much of the building is standing.
That's why Jackson's hopeful the historic home will be rebuilt by the city.
Even though it may be quite an endeavor to fix it up, it would still be feasible to do so.
Chief Jenkerson actually told me that part of the second floor of the home actually collapsed onto 2 firefighters who were inside at the time. While he said they were rung up a little bit, the good news here is that they are expected to be okay after declining treatment at the scene. Reporting live in St. Louis, Holden Kerwicki, 5 on your side.